All right. Well, welcome everyone to the 2025 Elevate Planning Party. I am excited to be your host today. And I know without a doubt that when we are done here, you will have a better sense of how to approach each year starting now. And so I welcome you. I'm excited for all that have joined. We have people from Cameroon, UK, Ghana, the United States, Nigeria, and I know more on their way. Houston, Texas, I see you. Missouri, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are at the right place at the right time. I know for some of you it's right early in the morning, and for others you've already gone about your day. It's already midday, but whatever time it is, welcome. I love social. I love being virtual where we are able to connect from all different parts of the world. And so I wanted to, just have a heart-to-heart talk with you, really. And so just open up, just, be ready, open up. What I would say is that be open-minded, be ready to think, to reflect, to dig deeper so you can make the most out of this program. All right. So you can make the most out of it here. So when you registered for the program, it sounds to me something like this. And let me know if a part of it makes sense or all of it makes sense or whatnot. But for some of you here, you may feel like 2024 just flew by. It was so fast. You're trying to gather up momentum. Just when you thought you had some things figured out, it's now December. And some of you maybe felt like 2024 has been more of surviving rather than thriving. So month after month, same old thing, same, stuck in old patterns. But then you are here because I believe you feel there's more, right? You feel there is more to what you can do next year and the following year. And so I wasn't surprised when I looked at the overall. This is when, for those of you here, you went ahead and submitted your registration, right? If we look at this chart here, you can see that majority of people are the place where they are looking to be more consistent and motivated. Okay, so that I get to see that there are people that you have so much going on in your life, right? And if you can put in the chat, what are some roles that you play in your day-to-day life? Who are you? A mother, married, employer, business, who are you? Or I wouldn't say who are you, what are the roles that you play? Please go ahead and put that in the chat. But you can see while I'm talking, you can go ahead and do so. But you can see that all across board, there is a need for more. In other words, there is more that you are looking for to make the next year even better. Well, I want to say that you are at the right place at the right time. If you don't know me, my name is Ketira Adams, and I go by the Pathfinder. And one of my passion is to help career professionals be able to navigate their life where they feel in control, they feel balanced, and they are, living this deeply satisfying life. So that's something that I'm very passionate about in helping these individuals master their productivity. And so I am looking forward to a wonderful time here with you. And as I mentioned earlier, so we have quite a number of mothers, people in different roles at work. We have students here, entrepreneurs, and what have you. So we have quite different groups of people, and you can keep it going there so everyone will know who they are in this room and space with. All right. So I want you to have, even with all of this that you have in mind or you're coming with, and permit me to say the baggage that you're coming with, I want you to have this in mind. This is possible, that you can step boldly into the good life, not accidentally, not hopingly, if I could say, but you can step into something boldly. Now, anyone, I'm a teacher by profession, so I like to ask questions. But when someone steps boldly into something, what does that tell us? What would you? Okay, we have some founders here, an employee, awesome. Please keep them coming. What does that tell if someone steps in boldly? What does that say about that person? if you were to step in boldly, what does that look like? I want you to envision that. I want you to envision that for yourself. How can I step in boldly? Not by accident, not because, I can make it, because, but I stepped in boldly into this good life. What does that look like? What does that look like? How would you be able to tell if someone steps into something boldly? If for example, if you're not sure of a foundation, right, you see like wood just laying on a bridge, would you be comfortable walking over it? Of course not, because you're not so sure of the foundation. But if it's brick, right, or if it's cement and it's laid out, this is dried and ready, you will feel more confident into living or stepping into that good life. And so what that means is that structure is so key in this structure. So I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but when it comes to planning, planning is not my love language. I was talking to someone the other day and they have their notebook set out, everything color coordinated. They have planned their year so well. And I was just looking at that. I said, wow, must be nice. And it's a love language. That's what she said. It's planning is a love language. And for me, I can tell you that planning is not a love language or a superpower. But what I do know is that it is a hidden driver behind the greatest success stories. It is, um, um, it's not accident. Success is not accidental. It doesn't happen. A good one, a progressive one, a lasting one are built on plans. Okay, certain real structures in place. And so I don't want us to just show up in 2025, right? I don't want you to just, luckily show up and say, wow, 2025 was good after all. I want us to what? Boldly step into that year. And so again, when that person, I see it in the chat, when someone takes steps to achieve a particular goal, they show up more confidently, they show up more boldly. Anyone who is stepping in boldly has no shame, has no regret. That's very true. You've got it. You've got it. You are on the same track with me. And so, if you want to be able to have a progressive life story, if you want to be able to have a progressive life story, there are three simple ways to do this. You have to dream it, you have to plan it, and live it simultaneously. Okay? You have to purposely dream it. I don't remember the last time you dreamt, and we're going to do that today. And you're going to plan it and live it out. Sometimes you plan so much, you don't even get to live it out. By the time you get to live it out, the year has ended. So how many of you feel that way? Tell me. It's like you finally figured it out. You're like, oh, wow, I think I'm in this momentum. And all of a sudden, the quarter has ended. Okay, let me start over. Then just when you thought you figured it out, then it's ended, then it's ended, then it's ended. I mean, but this is what we mean by stepping boldly. We are going to dream it, we're going to plan it, and live it simultaneously. I want you to feel these words. I want you to envision. I am dreaming this life that I desire. I'm able to see it. I know exactly what I need to do to get there. And not only that, I am living this life that I envision. Isn't that what you want to see for your upcoming year? If that's you, put a one in the chat here. But I'm here to tell you, it is not going to be accidental. You don't just chance upon dreaming. You have to premeditate on things. You don't just have the right structures. You have to put things in place. And you don't just live it out when you don't have that solid plan. Okay. And so we're going to go through these steps. And I want you, if you don't have your writing materials, make sure you have it because we are going to start writing things down and be more reflective. Now, I want you to know this, and I'm going to change the way you see your year. I'm going to help you see your year differently, not as usual. The usual way of doing things is, hey, it's 2025. Let's go ahead, right? And plan for 2025. Then 2025 ended. Then let's go ahead and plan for the next year. That's what it's been like, right? You have your New Year resolution, you have your vision board, all of that going on for you. Wonderful. But I want you to do this instead. Instead of planning for just 2025, we are going to go about it this way. We are going to create a 3-year model. So you're not just planning for 2025, you are planning up until 2027. You are planning up until 2027. Why? Because if you followed me on social media, you would hear this famous line I use a lot. You are the CEO of your own life, right? You are the CEO of your own life. A CEO does not chance upon things. You are an establishment, right? And so you don't just show up and expect things to be laid out right. No, every role you play, your being, every role you play, right? How far you go is built on how much you step up in that role ultimately as the CEO of your life. If we don't step up ultimately as the CEO of your life, then what's happening or what's going to happen is you will not be able to actually see certain things map out in your life in the years or what you want to see. Give me one. All right. So I want to find out, has anyone here planned for their year in 3-year increments? Have you done that before? Have anyone planned their year in 3-year increments? Anyone, have you ever done that? You can put that in the chat, yes or no. So I'm changing it for you. I'm bringing your mind because, again, planning for your year after year is not going to cut it. And that is why we keep coming back and going back to the drawing board over and over and over again. But I can guarantee you, if you put this in practice, you will see a cohesive chapter. And I want you to write that down right now. I am going for a cohesive chapter of growth, not a yearly chapter of growth, a cohesive chapter. So that means that you are already stepping into 2025, not only 2025, 2026, 2027. How good would that feel? And so, what do you expect from today? By the end of this session, you would walk away with a clear 3-year vision for your life. 3 years, isn't that exciting? I'm excited that I get to plan my life for 3 years. 3 years, I'm done because I'm at the CEO again of my own life. And then we're going to talk about some habits and systems that you can set in place to make this 3-year possible. And I hope that at the end of the session, you will have a renewed sense of purpose and control. By the end of this year, you would have a new sense of purpose and control. Again, if you are please, if you can mute yourself, that would be wonderful. All right, so who is ready? 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 So with this image, I want you to have this image in mind. Just like you have the caterpillar evolving into this butterfly, you would ask yourself, how and when did that happen? And I want to guarantee you and tell you that if you see your year in this 3-year increments, you will see that total transformation like that in 2027. And I will be there with you to celebrate on those. So let's go ahead and get started. So before you move forward, we cannot project the future if we don't know what's on the past. Now, you hear a lot of people say, don't look at your past, don't pay attention to your past, and all of that. We are not staying in our past, we are learning. So, in order to move forward, to project, you've got to know where you've been so that you know what has been the highest or in your books, the lowest moments of your life. So I want you to keep that, write this down. I want you to ask yourself, what has been the highest and what has been the lowest moments in your recent years? If you want to share, go ahead and put in the chat box. But also, you can also share. Can you, if you can remember, you can put in the chat box that I remember this highest moments. It was in 2024. Or I remember this quote unquote lowest moment. It was in 2022. I would like to give you a moment here to think about that, your highest and your lowest moments in recent years. Your highest and lowest. I remember I'll share one of my highest moments. I will share that because it's December. December was when I graduated with my graduate degree, my PhD. And I was just getting all the feels this month because I know that was a huge highlight for me, and I know that because at a point, and I've shared my story before with you, I never thought it was possible. I was ready to give up and all. And so having to experience a lower moment and see it rise to the top really lets me know that, this is going to be a great year. This is going to be, if I, it's definitely going to work out. We just cannot give up. All right, so there's a lot, okay? There's some of you sharing that you can attest to it. Yeah, anyone else? Can you attest to, can you remember the highest moment in recent years? And can you remember, you would say, a low or a lesson-filled moment in recent years? A very reflective session, so I'd like to give you time to think. And if you're watching the replay as well, make sure that you take the time to do this. Don't just watch it, but participate. It would go a long way. It would go a long way. Give you a few moments. Now, the next part I want to ask you, I want you to go ahead and put that in the chat because I want to hear from you. If you were to not change anything about 2024, whatever you were doing in 2024, business as usual, where do you think is going to lead you? Is it going to lead you to the highest moments, help you create the highest moments? Or you think it's not, or it's going to be mediocre or lowest? What do you think? I want you to be honest with yourself. So go ahead and put that in the chat. So we say normal, not extraordinary. So if you were to go business as usual, change nothing about today, is it going to be extraordinary, normal, or going down? Not it's going down the drain, you could say. What would you say if you were to keep your blueprint, whatever you're doing right now? Go ahead and put that down as well, and then go ahead. Remember, it's a planning party. This is my definition of planning party. But trust me, it's a party because after you go through this, you are going to celebrate your way through 2025 and you're going to see the bigger picture in all of this. So it's technically a party. Maybe when we have a moment and we meet on and in person, then we'll have the real party. All right, I get another normal. If you were to do things business as usual, what would it be? Would it be extraordinary, ordinary, or just mediocre, devastating? What you fill in the blank? Okay, so say my business as usual life would lead me to a stagnant, mediocre life that would devastate me. Ouch, that would devastate me. Knowing I could accomplish so much more. I know you have that burning desire. Okay, and I'm getting normal. Anybody else? Anybody else? I'm getting normal, not extraordinary. Okay. And also feel free to share about your highest and quote unquote lowest moments in recent years. Okay, another normal. I'm waiting. Is anyone here saying, oh, it's going to be extraordinary? That's okay. That is why we are here. And so I want you right now to identify two patterns. You know it. I can think of some right away just by my, certain um, outcomes I've received recently, right? What are two reoccurring patterns that you think it must stop? It's not about how it's going to stop, what's the process like. What you know right now is that these things might stop. I want you to identify those patterns and I want you to star it next on your book. It must stop. I cannot. It just as a CEO of my own life, to live a progressive life, to have this 3-year model plan where I grow tremendously. I just cannot afford to take this pattern to 2025. Go ahead. And what are some patterns that you have? Yeah, I just cannot. Showing up late everywhere. Who is on that? Who would say are they also on that boat? Showing up late everywhere and laying in bed all day. It cannot go with you in 2025. You are the CEO of saying yes to every invitation. It cannot go with you. It cannot. Anybody else? Anybody else? Fear and laziness cannot. Fear cannot go with you. Laziness cannot go with you. Anybody else? Keep sharing. Yes. If you can echo with what someone has said, you can like their post and say, yep, I can agree. These things cannot go with me. And sometimes it just starts with a decision, recognizing that, hey, I can't. Being inconsistent. Yes, keeping lack of consistency, lack of planning. All right. You cannot go with me. I see a lot of inconsistency, keeping the habit, lack of proper planning systems, procrastination. It cannot go. It cannot. This time we mean it. It cannot go. And part of it is I don't want this to sound like a lecture. I want you to make major decisions right here in this room that you can mark on it a year from now and say, I know exactly where I was when I told myself enough is enough. Sometimes you just need to tell yourself that enough is enough. Well, I am glad that you are ready to stop some things. I am glad that you know that where you are is not leading you to your next level. And I am glad that you are here to hear what I'm about to share with you. So I want you to pay close attention because we are diving into something great here. All right, I want you to picture this. Picture this image. I want you to picture this image, all right? There are two individuals here. One individual started, let's say, working and they're getting paid $50,000. Wonderful. After 3 years, they made $52,000. So how much did they end up making extra? $2,000. That's Smith. Smith has been able to upgrade, right? Smith was not where they were before. They started off at Smith started off at 50,000 and now they're at 52,000. Let's give it a clap for Smith. That's good. How many of you can honestly, let's map out 2021. Look at 2021 right now. And then look at 2024. Would you say that is a story of yours for Smith? Now, let's look at Wright. Wright starts, this is just, giving you context here. Wright starts with 50,000. And after 3 years, they were able to increase 300%. All right. Again, this is not about, okay, I'm going to make money, although those are important, but I want you to look at in terms of productivity, in terms of progress. One person was able to scale up 300%. What does that mean? To me, if you were to look at these two people, what would be your assumption about Wright? What would you assume? What is the level of focus does this person have? What would you say? Why did this person make 300% progress, 3 times as much in their business, their career, their family life, the roles they play, wherever, in their health, they scaled up 300%. What would you say of someone like that? Because I want you to look and say, am I that person? What would you assume about this person? What would you assume? Oh, tell me, tell me, tell me. Let's make assumptions here. It's not always good to make assumptions, but in this case, they got it 300%. They are they are more focused and consistent. And what did we hear earlier? A lot of us on this group are saying inconsistency, inconsistency. All right. Anybody else? What can you assume about Wright? What can you assume about Wright? It's very consistent, very focused. What would you assume if you were to meet Wright? What would you? Wright has the system. Something is working for Wright. Wright is diligent in something because there's an increase. Wright has a clear vision. I want you to take note of these things. I want you to take note of it. Okay. What would you assume about Wright? Wright was able to increase 300% in their life. I want to hear from one more person. Loving this clear vision. Yes. Consistent. Okay. What would we say? All right. Wright did some investment. Yes, also that's good. Wright is and I want you to write these things down because we have never met Wright. We are assuming because something is working. And these are some things that we could say. Now, usually you go from low to high, but I want us to go to Smith. Smith made progress 50 to 52. Hey, that's 2,000. But what would you say in comparison to Wright? What would you say the vibe you are probably getting from Smith right now? What is that vibe that you would say? What is your take on Smith? Never met him, but results are showing. Comfort, okay. Comfort, okay. So we've seen Wright and we've assumed a few things. Let's look at Smith. Let's look at Smith. And I hope that as you're doing this, you're also still paying attention to yourself because you're
I
using
feel
this.
like
All right, so go ahead and put it in the chat. Go ahead and put it in the chat, please. Comfort. What else? Not fun. Something is not working. The system is not working well. Something is not functioning. Smith is comfortable where he is. It's just enough. It's working. Smith is doing the same thing over and over, right? Just happened to hit a little peak and it's gone back. We don't even know if the next 3 years Smith is going to go at 54,000 or stay at 52,000. So the reason why we're doing this is because I know that each person on this call here would want to know, what did Wright do right? If Smith was here and Wright was here and they were to hand me a blueprint, I would be more likely to ask or be more likely to listen to Wright's way because the results are showing. And I'm here to tell you that being the CEO of your life, you can start thinking in 300 folds or more about your life. And this is 300% is just the minimum, all right, because it can go higher. And I want you to think about it that way. So imagine a 300% improvement. Imagine a 300% improvement in your key life areas. You manage lots of roles. We saw from the pie chart, you have a lot of responsibilities, and frankly speaking, it's not going to end. There's going to be more and more and more. So if you look at your life, let's say your career, and this list is not exhaustive, your career, your employee, entrepreneur, business owner, your student, maybe currently you're unemployed, you're looking for a job, wherever you are, relationship, spouse, partner, parent, whatever, friend, society, you are, leader, ministry, neighbor, mentor. I mean, whether I like it or well-being, you are managing your finances, whether you like it or not. You are advocating for yourself, rest, wellness, all around. There is a lot that you're doing. I want you to imagine, can you imagine a 300% improvement? Can you imagine a 300%? Can you imagine that? So I want you to look at your life right now and ask yourself, can I be 3 times better than I am right now? I want you to imagine that. How would this transformation make you feel? How will this transformation make you feel? I want us to talk about it. If you were to look back at the end of the year and say, wow, I can see that my finances increased 300%. I was able to make more time for my family, 300%. I was able to start up that business and increase revenue, 300%. I was able to do this and this and this in that 3-year plan, 1 year, whatever. You've made your 3-year plan and you saw that increase in these, because we have, success is planned for. How would that make you feel? How would that make you feel? And what new opportunities would it create for you? You can take just one aspect of it and talk about it. In your career, maybe your career is the part that you're like, man, it's very low. My relationships, right, very low. Society, you're not stepping up. Maybe you are a leader, but you're not showing up in that capacity well. Maybe your finances are all over the place. You are restless. You feel drained, exhausted. Your health is all over the place. You are not getting the job that or the career that you want to, or it's in alignment with where you feel led to go, right? Issues, parenting, spouse, friend, all of those things. How would it make you feel if you were 300% increase better person in that area? And what opportunities would that open for you? Are you following me? Are you on the right track with me? While you're thinking, let me read some more stuff in the chat. Wright is a better steward of what he has, for sure. Smitha, we're not so sure. He's trying, but not really maximizing his potential. I hope that you can look at the chat and look at what people are saying and say, is that reflecting me? And how can I make a 300% improvement? So, what area of your life do you feel like I need some improvement there? Serious improvement. Which area can you say, I need help? And how would you make you feel if you're able to see such huge improvement? I don't want us to, we're not fixing anything right now. I don't want you to feel like you have to fix something. Oh, what do I need to do? No, I know I'll walk you through what you need to do, but I want you right now to dream with me. That's what we're doing. We have not been doing that. We don't do that a lot. Okay. So you realize that, okay, time management. You want to scale up your time management. Okay. Make a note of that. Anyone else? You are here. I know there are areas. What areas do you want to see that 300% improvement? Remember, we are planning with 3 years in mind, but this 300% improvement can happen in 1 year. It doesn't have to wait till 2027, but we are planning with 2027 in mind and seeing the increase go through. Anybody else? What area? What area? Consistency and discipline in those areas you would like to, okay? And does that, and I want you to look at your role, not only the change that needs to take place. I want you to see those roles. Is it affecting your career? Right? What is it affecting? Like that's what I want, like your career. It's obvious, yeah. So they will know, okay, it's the consistency and discipline. But what is it affecting? Is it affecting my relationships because I don't have time nowadays? I see your time management, but what is it affecting? Right? So time, I see, okay, spending more time with my family. Okay, that's your role as a family member. It's being affected, right? Managing priorities, your finances, okay, building intentional relationship, family life, anyone, business. It's not where it ought to be. And you are hopeful and you can imagine. And I want you to imagine, what does that look like? So in your business, what does that mean to you to be 300% improved, to see 300% improvement in your family life? What does that mean? Right? So maybe you're making money in your business, but you're seeing more money coming in revenue. Your education, maybe you want to further your education, but there are reasons why you can't make money or not, but you would love to get a degree or whatnot. Your health, you need to set things in place. Family life, you don't feel present or fully engaged. All of these things, I want you to list them out. I see a lot of family, family, family. I see a lot of that, finances, relationships, right? So we all have the same interest and love. And if I were to ask you all of these areas, you'll probably say majority of what I've listed here applies to you. Now, knowing that again, let's go back and let's go to the next slide. What would it create for you? Assuming you were able to finish that degree. You weren't in any degree, but in 3 years you graduated. And just recently, yesterday, we had one of our top alumni graduate with her nursing degree, BSN. And I remember the day she spoke about that and wanting to go back, and it was a terrifying decision. And just to see how things can turn around in 2 years, and she's exactly where she had hoped to be. I would say she would say that is definitely a 300 improvement in her life, right? And so what does that opportunity open up? Obviously, it channels her in the direction she's supposed to go with her career, because that is what she has envisioned, right? So if you were to spend more time with your family, now you're able to be present. What does that feel like? What opportunities would it create? If you were to start, you see an increase in your business, what does that translate into? What opportunities? Your education. I want you to see those things. We've got to be able to dream again. We've got to be able to dream again. What would that feel like? So before we get into the next phase, let me know, are you grasping where I'm taking you? Are you following along? I hope I haven't left anyone behind. This is so important for you. I know it means a lot to you. I know 2025 means a lot to you, and I'm here to help you make the necessary decision so this doesn't become like the same old story or business as usual. What opportunities would this create if you were to see this improvement in your life? At least 300%. At least. At least. At least. You know, I remember, I would show you that much later on, but or in a few, but you know, there are some things that you I realized that you would make some improvement, but I'm like, man, if I had known or taken a moment to reflect on just these two simple questions, how would this transformation make me feel? And what opportunities would it create? I would not only make 100% improvement, I would have made 300 or more percent improvement. It really matters asking the right questions. I have no doubt you'll make some improvement, but we're talking about 300% or more. So in the part of, it will create opportunities for you. It makes you fulfilled. Yes. Okay. Keep them coming. But while it's coming, I'll read them all together. But I want you to still ponder on this thought as we go on. So, how many years are we planning as CEOs of our life? 3 years. So, while your mates are planning for 2025, we are here planning for 2025, 2026, and 2027. That is a game changer. So, what I want you to have in mind is you can dream again. You're not dreaming short term, you are dreaming in a sense mini long term. All right, 3 years is enough. Now, I recently got this picture from one of my team saying, "Hey, look at this, it's been 6 years." And I had forgotten about this picture, but this picture was when I had my bridal shower, and it just got me thinking about this image that I had no idea. I honestly knew, okay, the next thing, okay, I'm getting married. This is the right person for me, all of those things. But I wish that I had put what I'm teaching you right now in place. I didn't dream, but I look at my life now, and though I have made progress, honestly, if I had gone about my year this way, it would have been another level. Yes, it's been wonderful. I'm just looking at me single right here, right? Married with a child. And it's just like, I didn't envision that. And I want to share something so important to you right now. Your next level, you have never, ever been there. Especially if you're hearing my voice right now, I know certain things will change in your life starting today. So, the next level you're going to get into, you have never been there. So you don't know what it feels like. You don't know how it adds up. So that's why when I said 300%, some of you may say, that's 50,000 to 150. That's a bit high. I can aim for 60, I can aim for 80. No, 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 no. If you can make improvement 100%, what stops you from making even higher? The key part is that we must be very intentional in dreaming. We are to dream, plan, and live it. There are many people struggling to just live it without planning and dreaming. There are people just dreaming and not planning. There are people just planning with no dream. But we are putting all these things in place. So I look at this picture and I looked at myself and said, I had no idea that in 6 years, these are the things: started in business, right? Married, have a child, starting a business, um, in the career that I love, right? Checking a lot of boxes. I didn't dream, but I'm so glad that I can do that right now and see even much more progress. Yes, I made progress. Yes, a lot of things turn around. Yes, it's been a wonderful season and time and lessons and growth and all of that. But right now, right here, I want you to write a vision for your life over the next 3 years. Just like this image, me clueless about what the future holds. But because I have been given the ability as the CEO of my own life, I have the ability to steer with wisdom and understanding, of course. I have the ability to map out a wonderful 3 years. So, what is your 2025 headline going to be like? It's going to feed into your 2026, and it's certainly going to feed into your 2027. So, what we're going to do right now is I'm going to share with you as we go through here what are some things to look out for. How can I envision my life over 3 years? Well, based off what I've heard from everyone, I think that your 2025 should be the programming year, the foundation year. I'm sharing with you some things that I've started, right? This is how I'm looking at my life in 3 years. And I have seen significant growth. The things I saw or happen in the year, I look back and I said, definitely success is not accidental. So I want to say this for you. I want you to have this in your mind that you are going to program yourself as a solid person, as someone who knows what they are talking about, who can step into their life unapologetically, right? Programming year, the foundation year. Now, before you get into, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that, I don't want you to end the same way you started 2024. I want us to see 300% or more. Okay, so what we are going to look at 2025 here, I want you to start programming yourself. You're going to program your mind, you're going to program your habits, you're going to program yourself to be like the person you were assuming right to be, or even more. Some of this stems from habits. Okay, so consistent routines. You want to be consistent, set routines. How is your morning like? You keep trying and let that be in the back of your mind. I'm giving you your steps. I'm literally helping you fill out your plan for 2025. If you're following me, put a 1 in the chat. If this is making sense to you, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1. Are you following me? Are you learning something? Is it insightful? Does that mean like it's possible? Is 300% already possible for you? This is like, I'm the CEO, I'm going to set certain things in place. I am just as excited for you. So we've got to have some winning habits. You know where you've been. You know, right, where you've been, but you might not be quite sure where you want to go. Let's face it. But one thing I know is if you are able to program yourself, you will be able to better position yourself for abundance in your life. So highlight routines. You have to be able every day, let it be ringing in your mind. What are some routines I can put in place? What are some, we're not looking for the tangible, we're going for the intangible, like, or it's not just about education and I have to scale my business and all of those things will come. I guarantee you it will come. Not next year, not 2026, 2025. I guarantee you. But we have to program ourselves to welcome that. Routines, journaling. If you've not been journaling, you are the CEO. How can you map out your life if you don't have documentations of where you've been and where you want to go? You've got to journal in pictures. You've got to journal in writing. You've got to journal putting timestamps on things because you ought to see your life that way. You're going to now apply the 80-20 rule. These are some examples. Some of you may be good at others and not. I'm just throwing some. These are not all. 80-20 rule. That means that you are going to spend more energy addressing 20% of issues. When 800% of issues come to you, address 20 because you need that energy. I can talk more about it. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but you need that 80 energy to drive you forward. It's so key. Some of you are running at 100. You have 100 problems or things to deal with. You are using all 100. Where are you going to draw the energy? That's another day's story. Wellness practice. This is something you've got to look good, you've got to feel good, you've got to feel it, be it. Do you get what I mean? You don't just wake up to 2025 and it's like, oh my goodness, what happened to you? You are the CEO of your own life, not the roles you play, not your company. First of all, maybe if you're a business owner, fine. Not your spouse, not your children. No, you are the CEO of your own life. Worry about yourself first. Worry about yourself. Deal with the things first before you start wanting to be a good wife, good husband, good wife, good employee of the month, all of those things. Wonderful. But you need to take ownership of your life. Programming year, foundation year. Wellness is key. Rest when you need to. Don't feel like you have to force that. Now you got to improve your emotional intelligence. You not everything can get your attention and reaction. Someone spills something, you spill that same energy back. No, you've got to improve because where you're going requires you to be bold. You have to have a solid foundation. The depth, the height of a building is reflective of the depth of the foundation. You won't do a skyscraper on just any foundation. You've got to dig deeper. Communication skills. It is not, there are some people who are good at it. Learn to to communicate well, knowing when to say yes, knowing when to say no. I saw in the chat some of you we're having issues with that. And then follow through of your commitments. That would help you streamline so you don't overburden yourself. All right. Is this something that you feel like, oh, I can focus on it for 2025? And you can add more, but certainly I don't want us to overdo it. I want us to be strategic about what we're doing. Does that seem like a habit that you want people to know about you? Oh, this person is very consistent. This person knows where they're going because they clearly have documentation of where they've been. This person is able to handle so much with so little. This person is obviously taking care of themselves. They look good, they feel good. It's obviously there are things working out for them. It's showing in their face and the way they're doing things. Come on, let me know. Is this something that you want to be associated with? Some of you want to be able to regulate your emotions, not just toss to and fro. You know that, okay, this is what it demands of me. This is the energy I'm going to put in. I'm not going to allow my feelings. Oh, today, no, I am committed to the cause of my life because I am programming my life. I'm communicating well. I'm learning how to communicate so I'm able to share my thoughts, know when to say yes, know when to say no, follow through with my commitment. How many of you can say, if this is said of me, that's a 300% or even more? How many of you would say that? If I can go through this year and say, boy, these are the type of habits that I'm working with. How would that? Is it something that you want to see yourself in? Is it? Is it? Is it? Oh, yes, for sure. Oh, yes, for sure. Is it possible? Program your year this way. I come and I look at you and say, wow, Rema, you are very consistent. Wow. Wow. Rhoda, you look very well. Victoria, you have that emotional intelligence. Nicole, you communicate perfectly. Nancy, I like how you follow through with your commitments, right? Christina, wow, you mean you wrote all that this year? Your journal is loaded. Comfort, I can see this consistency. Your routines are unmatched. I mean, how would that feel like? Daniel, how do you do so little? How do you do so much with so little? How are you doing this? Tell me, tell me. Lorena, I love how well you look and how you feel and how you're handling yourself. If I didn't mention your name, I know there's a number of you on here, but it's just I'm not seeing it, but I'm calling your name, okay? I'm calling your name, I'm calling your name, I'm calling your name. How would that feel? I don't know. I think I like that. I think I like that. I think I'll prefer that than, oh, I made a $2,000 increase on my 50,000, right? Because that is definitely going to increase and take me further, right? Anybody, what would that feel like? Yes, yes, I see it. Yes, definitely, 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 definitely. And so with that, I want you to, and these are things you can do. And when you get access to replay, you can do this again. But I want you to look at your life, the roles that you play, and I want you to identify one or two habits in all the roles. Because I'm not saying leave your relationships for your career. No, no, no. I'm of that life that you are a well-rounded person and you can show up in this place, and there are ways to do that. And I hope to work with you on that because that's something that I definitely believe in, that, we're not leaving one for the other, right? But there's a strategy on how to cohesively live a well-rounded life. So this thing you can, take a note of it, but I want you to write what habits, some of the habits I've mentioned or other habits that you know about that, man, if I can manage, if I can handle this lateness, so, if I can handle this lateness, if I can handle, you know, prioritization, or if I can put these habits in place and check it off every time, looking at it and making sure I'm doing that, you will see how it would effortlessly translate into the roles that you are really hoping to change in your life. All right. You are really hoping to change in your life. So now envision who that person looks like. Who does this person look like? I want you to envision yourself. 2025 with 2027 in the corner. I know that whatever I got done here, because the interesting part is you're carrying all these patterns and habits and new personnel and this new being into the next year. Like you don't start all over. You already have 3 years in plan, right? And so who would that person look like? Are you proud of, would you be proud of this person? Would you be proud of this person? Man, I would love to see that. Wow, you're consistent, you're on time. You know when to say your yes and when to say your no. Who is this person? I want you to dream. I'm already seeing myself. Trust me, I'm doing this right along with you. And something I've been doing has been very helpful to make. And I say 2024 really has been a game changer for me. Definitely living in that 300%. And as I look at it, I said, wow, there's more. Wow, I get a whole year to live out what I've been practicing all of 2024 because it was intentional. It didn't just happen. Can you envision that? I'll give you a few moments of silence to look. It will feel great. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Now, this planning part is really to get you to thinking because there's definitely a whole lot more we can go into, but I can't go into it right now. But with that same energy, what would your 2026 be like? Would it be a cultivating year for you? Would it be acceleration year? What year? Right? This is you, your personal, like looking at your life pattern. You'll be able to now put things in place. I've already given you year one. What will year one be? That one, right? It is to set certain things down your foundation and watch the rest change automatically. So, what will be 2026 for you? What would be 2027 for you? What would be 2026 for you? What will be 2027 for you? And I want to leave you with this to keep in mind that an ideal mind will always invite problems, create chaos. But being busy also isn't the solution. So whether you have nothing going on or you have a whole lot going on, it just wouldn't cut it. There's no solution and there's more problems. What actually happens, real fulfillment comes when you shift your focus. And that's what I've done with you today. I've helped you shift your focus, okay, to see abundance, to see the reality, to see the bigger picture. I've hopefully been able to open your eyes to see beyond. It doesn't matter which country you're in. It doesn't matter what level, whether you're a student, you're looking for a job, you're in a career or a career path you hate. It doesn't matter whether you are going through maybe a divorce. It doesn't matter if you are handling some pretty hefty decisions and areas in your life. It doesn't matter if you, not that it doesn't matter, it goes beyond. You have to shift your focus from those problems. You have to shift your problem into mapping out a solid plan, like the 3 year plan I've shared with you, so that you can purposefully be productive, or else you're going to consume anything and everything that is presented to you. As you can tell, this goes deeper, and I would love to share more information with you. How many of you feel like you've learned something? Let me know, let me know, let me know. There's so much. And I believe that your next best season starts this year, which is we already entered 2025. So happy new year to you. Your next best season starts right now. And I've shared with you some things that hopefully has got you to think, but there is more. And I am so much interested in your growth. I'm so much interested in your growth. So I want to use this opportunity to invite you, if I can have just a few moments of your time, okay, to invite you to the next step. It's a master class because while we are talking about all of this, I am very much aware I encountered certain things. I'm telling you this because I know what I encountered this year. I encountered some barriers that were holding me back from moving or pushing forward. And so in that workshop, I'll be able to share those with you. Identify and overcome your hidden barriers. We are going to talk, and some of you, you may see the barriers and you're working towards them, but you don't know why and what you should be doing. Like, okay, I'm supposed to get a job. I'm supposed to get married. I'm supposed to have children. I'm supposed to do this. But you really don't know. There's a yearning for more. Why? And we need to go back to the basics. And I'm going to share with you in this workshop how you can go back, not to go back and harvest pain. No, I want you to go take that gold that is hidden that you have forgotten about. I was blown away when I started doing. I said, my goodness, you mean I've had this all along? And I'm busy looking for something. You are looking for your purpose. You're looking for what God has called you. You're looking for the next step, all of these things. We've got to go back to the basics. And I'll share with you a profound way to do that. I just can't do it right now. And then I'm going to share with you not only the first year, I'm going to share with you a 3-year model, okay, which is based on a CEO framework. So I'm going to share with you CEO framework that will not only get you to achieve 300%, but you're going to achieve 1,000%. And this is not gimmicks, okay? This is not like, oh, I'm just using numbers. No, you'll be able to see that this feels interesting. I've never been here before. This means I've got to change my taste buds because it's going to explode. Sometimes it's the ideas you're going to get, the things you're going to put in place, literally you will shake at some point because it is going to blow your mind. And so I'm inviting you to take this step deeper, the next step deeper, okay? The next step deeper. And I'm not going to let you, and it's going to be awesome because this, if I tell you the cost of it, you'll be like, oh, really? Why? Because I am so much invested in you getting it. I want us to make it. Mind you, what I shared with you, you haven't heard it before. So imagine before others get to know, you're already in your first year, second year, like, this is normal. This is how I roll. I am the CEO of my own life. Can I get one person in the chat saying, yes, I am the CEO of my own life? Just give me a few moments here just for about 5 minutes here, as I share with you my heart, because I deeply want you all, each and every one of you, to join me on this masterclass as I share with you. Yes, yes, I am the CEO of my own, all right? Of my own life, not somebody else's life, but my own. Emphasis on that. And you know what? I want you to be successful. I want you to go on this journey with me. I want you to taste what I'm already tasting. And so not only do you get this workshop, I'm going to stack it up as an exclusive offer. This is from Haritech. We just want you to make it. Not only are you going to step into your best season yet, with this, you're going to have tons of resources, fresh start, quarterly reset planner, basically in your ear. Hey, remember what you said this year? How is that going? How to have a fresh start every quarter. Every quarter is going to be a planner for you. You get it for free. You are going to have ultimate time budget tracker where you can track your valuable time. Time is valuable. Watch how you invest it is what it comes back to you. You're going to get that tracker also available to you. So you say, okay, I have 168 hours in this week. Where is it going? Some of you mentioned that you need time management. You need this tracker. Lifetime access to our productivity community. So you're going to have me in your space. You're going to have like-minded people in your space. Okay? You're going to have you're going to have this productivity community where people are saying, remember what we talked, we are sharing this, we are working. This is access, okay, to you. And then obviously any tools and systems that comes up, I'm sharing this with you. I'm sharing this. Anyone want to guess how much is this thing? Guess, guess, guess. You get a masterclass where I share with you the CEO plan, what your year 2025 will be, what your year 2026 should be, and what your year 2027 should be. You have all these three with ways on how to achieve it using the CEO plan. And you have all these reminding you to start afresh, to keep going, your budget, productivity, community, tools. Just take a wild guess. Please stay on. This will bless you. Trust me. You don't want to miss this. This is not a sales speech. This is because you need to get deeper. Just take a wild guess. Guess, guess, guess. I'm curious. How many of you have learned something? If you've learned something, you can share what you've learned. How many of you have learned? $50. Okay, let me hear you. How many of you have learned something? Was it eye-opening? Was it something that you learned? You feel like I can see this 300%. I can see at least 300%. It's possible. Yes, yes, yes. So I see a $50. Anybody else? Go ahead, take a wild guess. No, go ahead. We can put that in the chat. Go ahead. For what it's worth. That's what I mean. Go ahead. What do you think? I mean, the price is already set. It's not like I'm going to change it if you tell me it's $10,000. All of this. Does this sound like a good deal to you? Like having this, would that be helpful? Okay, $100. Great. Okay. All right. So I know it's coming with, so these offers, all right. So in addition to, so the masterclass or the 3-day workshop is going to be pre-recorded. It's not live. It's going to be pre-recorded. You can access it anytime and watch it at the comfort of your home, your own pace, all of that. And that is going for $97. Okay, that is there's a holiday spread. It's I mean the what Christmas or the sales season, so that's why. But it's actually higher than that because that is going to really change a lot for you. Not only is the masterclass, you have this fresh start planner, which is also going for a special price of 27, and another special price for the tracker 27 is your productivity with the level of accountability you're going to get. It's about 107 monthly, including the tools and everything that you have, your tools and systems and all of that. So if you add them all up, we are looking at, so again, this is the perks, and then you have the 97, all of them that added up, and you are getting about $297, right? For all of this, you're getting $297. But the fact that you are here today, and I want each and every person to get this. This is not about them. This is about you placing value, all right? And saying, I'm going to invest in myself. If I want to scale up to 300%, I'm going to invest in myself. This is going for only $37. So you see, you all skyrocketed. So it's going to be $37. Oh, is that a good deal? What do you think? You were not expecting that, right? $37 for all of that. You get the workshop, you get these planners, and you automatically get into the WhatsApp group, and we are going to go through this. That's it. I mean, I'm going to be in your circle, making sure that you can live and say, 2025 was definitely more than 300%. But you know, it is the holiday season. Can I get the holiday season? Someone, I feel like I feel like going lower. I don't know. I want you to not miss this opportunity. I feel like going lower. I feel because I feel like going lower. I feel because I know we have we have about 5 countries represented, 5 or 6 countries represented or who signed up, and some of you will be watching this replay. And so I just feel like, why not? Why not go for $17? I know you're thinking, what is she thinking? Because I want you to taste how good it is to look at your life in 3D, 2025, 2026, 2027. I want you to see that it is not, it's how much a little you just invest in yourself. And I want you to experience that 300%. So I'm basically lowered it. So multiply this by 300 to give you a sense of what you should have paid for, right? Multiply that. Someone can put in the chat, the mathematicians. So for today, and it's going for, we're going to keep it on for only 48 hours. Okay. I will recommend you go about it now. And if the team can put the link in the chat, okay, if you can put the link in the chat for us to go, you can go ahead and click, use the Elevate code and get all of this. This program will premiere a week from Sunday. So this is the early bird. So after the 48 hours, it's going to go back to 37. And after the holiday, we're going to scrap up the 37 and go to the original price. All right. And so for being here, for taking an opportunity to say, I've got to do something better for my life. And you are here today and hearing me, and you've heard my heart and you've seen it possible. I want to make this so possible for you that you can't even beat it. If everybody here on this call should take advantage of this. I bet you did not expect this, right? 300% of 17 is 5,100. I was waiting for my mathematicians. 300% is 5,100. I can tell you it is definitely worth that five, because if you add the 107 for the 12 months, if you add the budget, this is only, I know you're surprised. So if you can have the team post the link right here, I want you to not only think about it, but you go right now and say, I better lock this in. There's no need. I don't need any more convincing. Does anybody need me to convince them any further? Please tell me. Maybe let me bring your mind to this. You are the CEO of your life. Do I need to convince you any further? Do I need to? Do I need to? This is just too good. There's the link here. Go ahead and take advantage of this sale. I wanted to share my heart with you. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for being interactive. It's been wonderful. If you're watching the replay, you also have access to this within that 48 hours. And so make sure you lock it in. Make sure you lock it in, okay? And also, there are also a number of you that I notice are joining in from out of the country, out of the US and abroad. And so I also wanted to let you know that HarryTech, if you are ever interested, if you are in the STEM field, looking to study abroad in any institution in the US with a fully funded opportunity, I want you to let you know that we have that opportunity open. And if you're outside the country and want to study for free, you can reach out to us. The link will also be shared on the page. You can go on that page. You can click on inquire more information. This year, I'm really about helping. I really want you to get it. I want the 300% at least for you so bad that I am going to do whatever I can, because as I'm going, you're going with me. I like that, right? So who is on board? Who wants to join? Who is going to sign up? And ideally, I have some of my members, my top alumni here. which they get discounts and things like that. So basically, I'm sharing their discounts and things that they would get to those of you who are not even a part of it. And that's why usually this meeting is strictly for the TAP alumni, where we come and plan. But I decided to open it up and give opportunity for people to enter. People pay hundreds to get in, or even more than, definitely more than 17 to get in. And you get the opportunity to get into this community alone, plus all of that. So let me know who is going to be registering, who is like, you know what? I don't need to think twice. I am going. I want to hear. I want to hear from you. $17. Who is? Okay. Chelsea, please check on the code. No problem. Who else is? If you're having issues, we'll work on that. It should be sorted here soon. Who else is going to on it? Who else? I like that. Who else is on it? I cannot wait to have you in this community. I just want to get you in there and just remind you of this 300%. That's all. We are mapping 3 years, 300% minimum. And in this workshop, you're not even going to map just 300%. We are going for 1,000%. And that is not just wishful thinking. We are on it. Anybody else? Anybody else? You're like, this is for me. I'm not thinking twice. This is too good to be true. I am definitely a part of it. I just have about a minute till we end up here. I want to be on time. Okay, that's part of my winning habits. Be on time. We're working on it, but that's one of my winning for this year. Yes. Anyone else? I see you. The offer for today is $17. Yes. Yes. After the offer is over in 48 hours, it goes back to 37. And after the holiday sale is over, it now goes back to the original price, the 297. Or if I'm feeling festive, I may increase it. But you will not see 17 again. Let me just put it that way. You will not. That 17 is just all right. Was anyone having any trouble? If you're not, okay, we should be good. Who else is joining us? If you are not able to join, you can send me a private message right now and tell me why. Is it because it's not what you need right now? It's not speaking to you? I would like to know, because I really want to get each and every person on board. That is why I was talking to the team, and they were probably like, hey, are you sure about this? And so this is going to premiere Sunday. You have access to it to watch through the holidays, reminisce, get ready for the new year. Not only the new year, but for 3 years in a row. Who else? Who else is joining? I see you. If it worked for you, let me know. It worked for you, let me know. Okay, it's taking a minute to load. Okay, I see you. I see. No problem, no problem. And don't sleep on it, like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. No, that's not a winning habit. We do it now, we take action, and we move on with it. We move on. Anybody else? Anybody else? I see you. I see you. Yes, welcome on board. Welcome. All the details you need in joining the community, the journals, the planner, you are going to get access to it. You are going to have access to it all. Wonderful. Did anyone get on? Let me see. Okay. So there's a question about lifetime. I mean, I'm just telling, this is my Christmas gift. It's a Christmas gift. I know it's too good. Lifetime access to your product. As long as this, I call it the productivity village. As long as the productivity village is running, obviously there are different tiers, right? This is a hub where like-minded individuals, because you are the people that about things that I'll be doing, you can connect, you are following along and all of that. Lifetime access. So far as that group exists and is running, you are in it. All right. I hope that answers your question. So far as that group is moving and it's going, you are in it. And when I mean by lifetime access to your productivity community, you are with people. I'll send prompts, reminders, just to get us in that mood. And then obviously when there are other programs that come up, you get first dibs on that. Like, okay, there's a program here, you can get some discounts here and there because I know you are in my circle. I hope that makes sense. And then it says you can, yeah, so click on the flexible payments option if you're not using PayPal, and then go ahead and input the card in. All right. If you are using, maybe you want to use mobile money, I can also give you, for anyone who wants to use the mobile money. Is anyone who may think, okay, I want to use mobile money instead? I can put that in the chat. So that would be 020. That is going to Ghana. If you're in Nigeria as well, please reach out. So you can use the mobile money right here. Oh, mobile money works, then go ahead and do that. So the mobile money is also shared, and all that information will be, for those of you who are watching the replay, will also have access to that if you need to. Okay, so 020-908-8096, right? Obviously plus 233. Any question? Who was in? You can use 15 as the exchange. 15, yeah. I'm even lowering it down for you. No, let me. I don't want to. Yeah, I've even lowered. Yep. Does that work? Okay. Did anyone have issues? It happens. It's okay. We will sort it out. We will sort it out. We will sort it out and send you the link right away. But if you are interested in locking this, let me get your commitment. You can indicate a 1 in the chat. If for those of you who are doing mobile money, indicate that. But it has been a pleasure. I've had I know the website is currently slow, but that's okay. It's all part of the process. Okay. We will send all the details to you here, but it's been a pleasure. Always feel free to follow us on our social media pages. Harry, for those of you, if you want consistent reminders, you can follow my personal page at D. Kitcher Adams or harrytech.tapping. Facebook, we're also there. And if you need to send an email, definitely reach out. But I want you to have this thought when you're going on today, that you are the CEO of your own life. All right. And have that thought in mind as you proceed in this new journey and phase that you're in. Right. I am excited about your success and I'm looking forward to going on this journey with you. Right. So if you want to still lock in the 17, go ahead and send me a message right now before you leave and say yes, so that we can make sure we get you in. I don't want you to miss this opportunity. It's been wonderful having you all. How many of you have been enlightened? It's been wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And just look out for the information. Okay, I'm getting an email. I want to lock in. I got your text. Thank you. I got your text. No problem. If you want to lock in the 17, let me know. Let me know. Thank you for spending a few moments of your time here. Let me know. Okay, I see that. I got it. All right. All right. No, all right. Thank you all so much. Thank you all. If you have any questions, feel free to put in the chat, but I will let you go. I am looking forward to seeing each and every one of you online, all of you online, to be a part of this journey. Thank you for coming, and I'll talk to you again soon. As always, keep on folding. There's more to you than meets the eye. Bye for now. Thank you. Dorothy, are you joining? Were you able to join in? I know you said you had some issues. So should I send you the link later? Okay. Nancy, you mentioned as well. Are you also interested? Oh, your daughter, wonderful. So it's a mother and daughter, wonderful. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yes, we will definitely send you any. All right. Thank you. I did receive say Nicole, where you wanted to lock it in. I think you did mention it earlier. Let me know and then we'll send. Okay. And then who it says iPhone NG. Who would that be? So I know who we're sending it to. I don't know if it's the Angie that I know. Yeah, okay. So yeah, keep trying, no problem. But we'll also send so Nicole, okay? Nicole as well. Okay. Is it Angie that I know? Angie O. Okay, who else? There's an iPhone. I'm not sure who it is, but welcome iPhone. Ah, okay. I see because I know a number of Angie S. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Wonderful. I would also send you the link. Yes, I will do so. I will do so. Anybody else want the link? Well, it's been one. I don't want to take much of your time. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure. I've had a wonderful time. And Merry Christmas in advance. This was my holiday. I've given you your present, all right, by marking it down less than much lower so you can be able to be a part of it. Keep unfolding again, and there is more to you than meets the eye. Always have that in mind. Thank you. Bye bye. I'm gonna let's see. Okay. So I leave you with this. You are the CEO of your own life. So keep on folding. There's more to you than meets the eye. And I'm looking forward to your at least 300% increase in all areas of your life. Have the most productive day. Thank you for tuning in.